Am I really that much to handle? Breaking these niggas down like a camera. You don't really know you are.
What's up, guys? It's your girl Brittany, and I'm back with another video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, all that. And we are at 21 of Baddies Africa, but let's get into it. So this episode starts where we left off, and that's with Summer and Cold Killer getting into it in the club. And Summer threw a bottle first. Cold Killer threw something else, like a tray or something. Then she threw a bottle next. And it's like, I agree with Cold Killer. It's just like, girl, what type of beef do you... Like, I get it, Summer was drunk. But it's like, girl, what type of beef do you have with me where you want to throw a whole ass liquor bottle at me? Not like you threw some liquor or a styrofoam cup. But you done thrown a whole liquor bottle at me? Like, why are you trying to take my head off over some Baddies Africa beef? Like, relax. But what had me crying is Natalie was just on a microphone like, stop, wait, stop. You guys are embarrassing me in front of billionaires. And then, honestly, it's not the fact that she was, because first of all, there was no billionaires in the club with them. Like, no shade. But it's the fact that she was trying to control her people in front of Amber Rose. Okay, like, cause Natalie don't care about these people fighting. Like, even the way she was saying it, stop, Cold Killer, Summer, you guys gotta calm down. Like, y'all know Natalie don't care like that, but she remembered that her friend Amber Rose was there. She was like, oh no, let me lock in. Y'all embarrassing me. Y'all stop. Like, girl, Natalie, sit down. And then after that happens, Amber leaves the club, and it's just like, rightfully so, cause it's like, Amber Rose shouldn't even be on this show in the first place. Like, no lie, regardless of all the BS that's going on with Amber Rose, because I personally don't like her anymore, but it's like, she has a name and a brand, and she's in rooms with specific type of people, as we know. So it's just like, she can't really be... She really doesn't want to be seen doing that, like, because she can be. And then on top of that, she was just on TV fighting with Jocelyn. But the fact that it's like girls throwing bottles and all that, because if something were to happen and somebody got hit with that bottle, Amber Rose would have been out there. So yeah, it would have been like the people, they could sue ZEUS, they could sue Baddies, but it's just like when they look at the baddies that were there, they'll be like, damn, Amber Rose, you weren't there. You was with the girls that got hit in the head with a bottle and she had to sue y'all. Like, what happened? And why, as Amber Rose, would she want to be attached to that? So it's just like, no lie, I would have dipped too. But then Summer gets carried out and Lex is just like, yeah, you know, Summer is drunk and, you know, she got carried away in fashion. It was like, no, she got carried away in stupidity, embarrassment. So then the next day we go to Scotty and Rolly, and they're basically having a talk, and Scotty says she's not going to give Lex an apology. She doesn't feel like she needs to give Lex an apology, and Rolly agrees. And it's just like, yeah, you know, people's wigs get ripped up, and it's just like, you and your friends ain't never apologized for anything that y'all did. But what bothered me about this scene is that they keep talking about this whole Lex burning the wig thing, and it's just like, yo, the girl said it was a mistake that she burned the wig. And it's like, even when Tavi's wig went in the fire, she was just like, oh my gosh, yeah. And she took the wig out and put it to the side. So it's just like, the fact that she's just like using this whole thing as an excuse is crazy to me. Cause it's just like, the real reason why Tavi and Lex are fighting is because they got into it on the bus a while back over the whole copping please and fauna thing. Like, it has nothing to do with the wig, Scotty. Like, I wish everybody would get that through their head. I'm tired of hearing about that. Then we see DTV, Cold Killer, Tavi, Fauna, and Pretty P talking. And they talk about everything that happened the night before, and Cold Killer is just really upset that Summer actually threw that bottle at her, because she said she could have really gotten hurt for that, rightfully so. So she said she's gonna get her lick back, and it's just like, yeah, rightfully so. Next we see the big three walking, and it's just like, I hear them saying that it's cold, but it's just like they're kind of dressing like it's not cold. So it's just like, honestly, I'm kind of confused. But anyways, we see them walking down the street, and basically Summer just said she threw the bottle at Cold Killer because she was talking and doing this. And it's just like, Summer throwing the bottle though, like I said, because at first I thought she just threw a drink, but it's because it's like, I understand throwing a drink, because like I said, Natalie doesn't care about what y'all do in the club regardless, but throwing the bottle though, it was just crazy. And the fact that she's not gonna get penalized or probably talked to about this is the even crazier part. So yeah, Summer says she already knows that Cold Killer is gonna be on that with her. Lex says she already knows that Tavi is gonna be on that with her, and Dolly says she don't really have no beef with nobody. The person that she had beef with isn't here, but it's just like, when the person that you had beef with was here, you had excuses of fighting her because you were hurt. Like, do you not understand why we're confused? And then they ended off with some rules they made for themselves, and I was just like, oh, these are the principles they're standing on, just why they act like this.
At this point, the 3 rules are: thank you, dominate, and ain't no bitch taking my job.
Oh, but then they talk about rushing, and it seems like Russian was honestly doing a lot behind the scenes to kind of irritate people. It wasn't just her being messy and scary and not fighting. Like, you know, I heard Dolly say something about her being entitled and woo. So it's like, yeah, she was getting on people's nerves in front of camera, but clearly she was doing a lot of BS behind the scenes. And then the fact that everyone is happy that she's gone, it's just like, yeah, no lie, maybe she was the problemo. Then afterwards we get to beer tasting, because that's their activity for the day, and Cold Killer gets in there before Summer. Okay, as Cold Killer gets in there, she's just waiting, wig off, because she just knows as soon as she sees Summer that she wants to be on that with her, and when she sees Summer, she gets on that with her. My opinion though, the fact that Summer was sitting here talking about Cold Killer got that and she lost, I was just like, oh, I didn't think that. Like, if anything, it was a tie to me, but I didn't look at that and be like, oh yeah, Cold Killer won. It's like she ate that little thing, you know, but she was eating in the beginning though. Summer got it at the end, if y'all get what I mean. So it's just like, will I say Summer lost? No. Will I say Summer got beat up? No. Will I say Cold Killer won? No. I low-key say it was a tie. Like, I don't think Summer lost. And so then, y'all know why this was Rolly's time to shine. Like, if this episode did not show ZEUS, Baddies, Lemon Pepper, Natalie, etc., even the girls that Natalie can just be wherever. Natalie can do what she did on Baddies, going wild on Baddies. Just pop in and out when needed, and Rolly can watch the girls on the actual show. I feel like that dynamic would be better. And this episode proved it, because boom, Rolly sits down and she basically, you know, controls the whole event. And Scotty was just in her thing talking about, it's giving fight night, I'm looking cute. Then it's just like, okay girl, don't fight then. But it's like, Rolly was tired of all these girls talking, going back and forth, so she tells these girls to line it the fuck up. But first, Diamond tries to get Summer to apologize over throwing the bottle, and Summer honestly out her mouth thinks that she doesn't do too much. I was like, oh, whoa, pigs are probably flying right now. Because Summer, you do way too much, okay? Way too much. But you know, she said she was wrong for throwing the bottle, so I was just like, okay, a little bit of progress. I'm glad Diamond was able to get that with her. But the thing is, she didn't apologize. She didn't like necessarily apologize to Cold Killer. She just said, yeah, you know, maybe I was wrong for throwing the bottle. I was just like, I guess. Honestly, I don't even think Cold Killer necessarily wanted an apology for her. She just wanted her lick back, and it's like, she low-key got it. So it was just like, I feel like afterwards, Cold Killer was just over it. It was more so getting Summer to realize that what she did was wrong and that she did too much, but she didn't think so. So I was just like, okay. First, Rolly gets Pretty P and Summer to like ask them if they want to talk things out, if they want to fight, or they cool, or they not cool, and they both agree that they're over it. So I was just like, okay, cool, because we did not need to fight about the watch again. That was so 12 years ago. But then for some reason, you know, we talk about Russian again, and Pretty P's just like, whoa, yeah, what happened with Russian? And Rolly's just like, you know, Elsie beat her ass and she left. And you know, Elsie's just like, And Pretty Peace just like, oh my gosh, I thought we were friends. And she was just like, yo, no, we were never friends. The only person I claimed was Tavi. And that kind of confused me, because it's like, wasn't the whole thing with you and Tavi because you said you didn't jump in for her because you felt like she wasn't your friend? Wasn't that y'all's whole beef? The fact that Rolly wanted you to jump in because she thought y'all were friends and you said, no, that's not my friend. Like, you low-key never claimed anyone. You always, the only person that Elsie has claimed in this house as her friend is Choco. So it's just like, no lie, I hate to say this. So it's just like, Elsie, were you lying about this whole, were you the liar in the whole Dolly, Elsie, and Russian story? Because it's just like, why you just tell that lie like that? But anyways, Rolly asks, Latina, like, oh, how do you feel? Where do you stand? And, Latavia's just like, Latina's just like, oh, she wasn't here for any of this, so she doesn't have an opinion. And I agree with that, because it's just like, no lie, what does Scotty want her to say? Yeah, I feel like you were wrong and you were wrong. Like, just setting the girl up to get her ass beat. Like, no lie. Like, Scotty, that was okay, kind of messy. Because then if Latina actually would have given an opinion, then everybody would have been like, girl, you weren't even here, and woo, 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 woo. So it's just like, no lie, I'm glad that she actually said that. But I more so thought that, they were talking about the whole diamond thing. So it's just like, but it doesn't even seem like Latina cares about that, because it's just like she already got beat up for it. So now it just seemed like Latina's just about to ride these last 3 days out. Like, she just wanted to be on the show, get her little shine. And when she got on there, she saw she looked stupid and she just said, yeah, let me sit my dumb ass down. It's like, I get it, Amber Rose's needs, but it's just like, Latino, she wasn't, what's the word, entertaining. Like, we could have gone without her. Then out of nowhere, it gets all mysterious and whatnot, and I'm just like, what the heck is going on? And it's just like, K Rican comes back, and I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. K Rican comes back, and when K Rican comes back, Lex asks her, oh, okay, like, how was the court thing? And it's like, I honestly thought that was like real sweet. And it's like, K Rican was just like, oh yeah, that was sweet. Like, thank you. Like, everything's okay, thanks for asking. And Diamond was just like, oh, not you talking to the ops, because it's like, I thought that's how to be with Woo Star, because I know you don't like talking to the ops. And K Rican was just like, no, that was a serious thing. Like, I appreciate her asking. And it's like, I appreciate her asking that too. Because it's like, yeah, we fighting on the show. Like, y'all really don't got no real beef. It's like, damn, I can't, like, the girl was about to go to prison or jail. I can't ask her how that went. And this is what I can say. Let me just say this real quick. The difference between Lex and Dolly and Summer, it seemed like Lex be on some weird stuff 100%, like these three. I'm not separating it, but Lex does small things like, oh, ask people things, check on people. Oh, a wig's in the fire mistakenly, let me take it out. Whereas if Dolly and Summer, they don't care about these girls or their feelings about what they got going on. They'll throw poop at them. Okay, so it's just like, when it comes down to Dolly, Summer, and Lex, it's just like, I hate the fact that Lex be on some BS, because it seemed like she actually got something in here, okay? But it's just like, she just be on bullshit, so it's just... Then Tavi jumps into it, and they fight about this whole Fauna and copping a police thing, and I'm just like, yo, this was so 2007. Like, this was episode 2. Like, oh my gosh, like, I can't believe this is the thing that we're still fighting over. Like, shit, I would have rather y'all be fighting about the fact that she accidentally put your wig in a fire, okay? Because at this point, you're cool with Fauna. Lex already fought Fauna like 50 million times, so it's just like, next. So Rolly gets into it in the middle of everybody's arguing. She's like, wait, hold up. Like, I can't hear anybody. Too much is going on. So I'm going to go down the line and ask everyone what their issue is, with who, and if they want to handle it. Latina says she doesn't have an issue. Cool. Elsie says she has an issue with K Rican. So K Rican runs up on Elsie. And I give the W to K Rican. By the way, K Rican's new confessional and Diamond's new confessional is really, really cute. I like it. But yeah, I I get the W to Kate Rican. Did she necessarily whip her ass? No, but it's just like, damn, like, Elsie, you were swinging when you were fighting Russian, but it's like she forgot how to do that when she was just fighting Kate Rican, and it was just like, Elsie, I'm gonna need you to get your hands together. Y'all need to pick what y'all want to do. If y'all want to swing, not swing, because it's like she has not necessarily won a fight against Kate Rican yet, and it's like not like Kate Rican can actually got hands, and it's just like she did her little thing with Wrestling Cream, and I feel like when Kate Rican was boom boom boom, like if she was swinging like how she was with Russian, then she could have got that ass. And it's just like Kate Rican said, girl, I'm tired, I just got back from court, and after court I came straight here to London. Like, she should have whooped her ass. And then she goes to Tabi and asks Tabi, who does she have an issue with? And Tabi just like, I got an issue with Lex. And it's just like, I knew Tabi wanted to fight Lex, and I feel like Tabi just still feels some type of way about this whole birthday thing. Like, yeah, we had like this whole everything else they've been fighting about, but I feel like the main thing Tabi is fighting about is this whole birthday thing. And then because of the fact that Lex keep whipping her ass, so she definitely wants to keep fighting her. So then Muhammad Ali comes down in slow motion, whoop, whoop, and we, line it up with Tabi, and it's just like, y'all, the fact that Tabi has not won a fight against Lex is literally bothering me, because it's just like, girl, you keep calling this girl out, because it's like, yeah, Rolly was facilitating fights, but it's like, you did not have to fight her. Okay, like, I'm pretty sure if it would have got to you, Lex probably would have asked you, oh, Tabi, do you want to fight me? But it's like, you keep calling Lex out to fight and she keeps whooping your ass. It's the crazy thing. Like, girl, just give it up. For real. But the crazy thing is, afterwards, she talking about she wasn't mad at the fight. Like, she feel like, she did an okay job.
I'm mad with my fight. Security didn't, I'm not mad with it. I'm not mad with it. I ain't full. I wasn't too drunk. I ain't get thrashed out. I stood on business. I did what the fuck needed to be done. I did what needed to be done.
I mean, it was just like, girl, you really didn't. But if that's what you want to go with, well, I hope you sleep at night. Then it's just like, Scotty is in the back. She's mad about all the fighting, but it's just like, girl, Tabi called Lex out. If Lex would have called Tabi out, I would have been like, yeah, I can see why you're mad, because it's just like, we can keep running with this whole, y'all keep starting stuff narrative. But the fact that Tabi keeps calling Lex out, it's like, you can't be in the back screaming, this is dumb, this is stupid, this is Lex, y'all need to stop. It's just like, well, tell Tabi to leave this shit alone. Okay, like, she ain't had to get out there and get her ass whooped, but she wanted to. She don't care. She just want to keep fighting until she can't fight no more. But then Lex was just like, Scotty, shut up before I whoop your ass. And after that, I didn't hear her say that comment no more. I was like, oh. And then after Tabi had got done swimming or whatever, Rolly is still going down the line, and she asked Fauna, how does she feel about the whole her getting slapped with noodles thing by Dolly? And I was just like, I thought this was one of those behind the scenes things that we didn't get to see, because I was like, dang, when did Fauna get slapped by some noodles? And y'all, they were talking about Fauna getting slapped with noodles in Africa when they were like at their first stop. I was like, are y'all serious? So Rolly's just like, well, I don't know, somebody threw some noodles at me, it might be on and popping. So Fauna actually gets down to fight Dolly. But the thing is, I hate the fact that she let Rolly hype that up, because it's just like, girl, if you didn't want to fight, because at first she was going back and forth with Lex, but she actually ended up fighting Dolly. So it's just like, girl, if you didn't even, like, you didn't even have to do that. Like, so somebody threw noodles at you 12 years ago, but it's just like, y'all also got into a food fight after that. So it's just like, are we gonna be mad about that? And it's like, y'all done fought so many times after that to the point where y'all could have made up for that. So it's just like, every time we fight, is it just like, oh, these are for the noodles, this is for the wig, this is for this, like this, because it's like, y'all done did so much shit to each other, and we gonna be fighting every time somebody did something to somebody. is like, y'all gonna be fighting twice more than y'all already do, and it's just like, we don't need that. So it's just like, the fact that she let Rolly hype her up to do that, no, like, not low-key, high-key lame. Like, no lie, Fauna, me didn't like that. It wasn't giving independent baddie, it was giving follower. But then, her and Dolly fight. And I ain't gonna lie, Fauna got that first round. It's just like, Dolly's real fast, but it seemed like Fauna matched Dolly's fastness. Okay? I was just like, she's been watching. Like, she was real, I ain't even gonna try to pretend to say big words. She was real precise, okay, intricate. It was nice. I liked it. I was just like, okay, Fauna, she ate this little one thing. She did that. The second round though, she got caught lacking. She recovered a little bit. Like in the bag, Lex and all them were, acting like Dolly was whooping her ass, and she really wasn't. Like, that fight was still a tie to me. It's like Fauna won the first one, the second one, it was a tie. Like, Dolly wasn't doing what she thought she was. It's like, girl, you not doing nothing. You're not looking like nothing. Like, you got no hair on. Your boobs is out. It's just like, you look like a hermaphrodite. Like, it was like, you're not doing your big one like you think, and you look stupid. Okay? And I hate the fact, like, but it's like, I really wish I had the Lulu people to hype me up like this. So it's just like, good, I guess good for her. Because it's like, I would love to think I win every fight too, if I don't. But then, what I can say is, Dolly did get that nose, girl. But it's just like, it wasn't bad though. But the funny thing about that is, Tommy was just in the back because Fauna was, upset about it. Rightfully so, because she just got in the nose. And Tommy just like, are you kidding me? We still gonna go out. We still gonna get lit. Give me that nose. Give me a kiss. Let me kiss that fucking nose. Come here. Let me kiss that nose. We going out tonight. Wait, let me fit. And I was just like, oh my gosh. Girl, calm down. She about to strain herself. Like, nobody can get Tommy down. And then DTV goes to the big three, sitting here asking them, are they hiring? I was just like, what? But the thing is, girl, you would not be doing that if Ivory was there. Like, but it's like, I get it. DTV, I feel like don't nobody take her serious, like, no lie. But it's like, girl, she would not do that if Ivory was there. Ivory would have been mad if she did that if she was there. Next, Scotty's walking around, and then Lex sees her, and she's just like, hello, Scotty. Like, you're not checking on Dolly. Why are you not checking on Dolly? She just got into the fight too. Hello. So then Scotty and Lex go back and forth, right? Like, of course they do. Like, they end up throwing drinks at each other. Scotty's tying her hair up, taking her shoes off. Words are being exchanged. And it's just like, Lex is turning down the face. She talking about she don't want to fight her. And it's just like, if I'm Lex, I don't want to fight her either. She's PC'd up. She got the lemon pepper treatment. I can't really beat her ass like I want to. The fight's only gonna last 2 seconds. Even though Scotty was calling her out, they're not gonna let Scotty fight the heavy hitter. If Scotty was calling out Summer, it's just like, oh, okay, yeah, let them fight. She has a chance. But it's just like, why would they let Scotty get her ass beat by Lex and Dolly? Like, they're not gonna let that happen. So if I'm Lex, I'm just like, bro, leave me alone. Then I'm guessing Scotty was on one, because after Lex was turning down the face, she went to Dolly and she's just like, oh yeah, Dolly, I remember that you said you wanted to fight me too. And Dolly, she didn't turn down the fate either. She stood up to, line it up with Scotty, but they're not letting Scotty fight. Scotty's even in the back demanding the fight, but it's just like, they're not letting her fight. Dolly's sitting here trying to throw chairs. She's running around. But what pissed me off is that everybody's coming out and they're just like, whoa, Dolly, calm down. Why are you trying to fight Scotty? Because Scotty called me out to fight. I was just sitting here naked, looking stupid, minding my own business, but it's like, the girl called me out to fight, so why we can't fight? Why y'all mad at me? Because I want to fight the girl that called me out to fight. Like, I can't fight the girl, or I gotta calm down just because it's Scotty. Well, how about either Scotty not be on the show if she's not going to be able to do stuff, or Scotty just shut the hell up. Like, simple. Like, those are literally the only two options. Or wait, no. The third option is, you know, she stay on the show and she just not get special treatment. Like, and it's like, I like the third option better. Especially because she's not scary. Not like she's turning down FaZe. It's like she called Lex out, she called Dolly out. So that literally should have been a time where they were just like, well, in the pool, I kind of get it. Because it's just like, you know, ran up on Shorty in the pool and she said she didn't want to fight. Even though the actions were saying otherwise. Let me throw that in there. But she was saying she didn't want to fight. Now her actions and her words are saying that she want to fight. The security's just like, still like, no. So it's just like, listen, if Scotty's just getting paid to start shit and look cute while doing it, it's just like unfair. Yeah, I will say that. Unfair. Yeah. Next, we have Fauna, Rican, and Tavi talking. Rolly's basically telling them that, you know, y'all don't have to prove yourselves, and it's like y'all don't need to fight and woo. But I was confused about that for so many reasons, because it's just like, yeah, Rolly didn't force them to fight, but it's just like, you really thought you were just gonna go down the line and ask people, did they want some FaZe, and, you know, like, think that was not going to happen. Like, you literally instigated this whole thing. So I was confused on why she tried to calm them down, or y'all don't need this, y'all are better than this, y'all don't need to fight, y'all don't gotta prove yourselves, y'all got y'all respect. It's like, then what was your point of instigating the fight to happen? Like, I'm confused. We could have just did baddie beer o'clock and went on about our days. Like, no lie, you didn't have to instigate them to fight. You could have instigated them to just shut the hell up and, come on guys, let's drink our beer. But you didn't do that. You instigated them to fight. So I was confused. But the thing is, Tavi was just like, this is who she is regardless. She's basically saying Rolly didn't push her to do anything. She's not fighting for respect. She's not fighting because she feels like she's being forced. She's fighting because this is something she would do if she were at home. And I was just like, oh, okay, girl, at your big grown age, you will still be fighting in the streets if somebody says something you don't like. It's just like, give me the list of people to stay away from in the world, okay? Because I refuse to believe that it's people actually living like this. Like, this is at her big grown age. This conversation kind of confused me, because when she's telling the same thing to Fauna, but Rican's in the back and she's saying that she doesn't like how everyone is saying Fauna. But on TV, we were showed that Rolly was just kind of going down and saying everyone. But apparently, what I heard on the streets is that they were just trying to push Fauna to do more scenes and do more and woo. So that's why Rolly kind of brought up the whole thing to kind of get Fauna to fight again. And it's just like, when you put it in that context, that kind of makes sense, because out of the pretty three, yeah, Cold Killer and K Rican are the most entertaining. Fauna, not saying I don't like her, because I like her, but it's just like, yeah, she wouldn't become, if she's on the next season, it wouldn't be her by herself, it'll be her with her crew, if y'all get what I mean. So it's like, if Rolly did try to push her to fight, or bring up old stuff to fight to get her in the scene, then it's just like, yeah, I agree with K Rican, just like, damn. But it's just like, why are y'all targeting her and woo? Like, if the girl don't want to fight, then the girl don't want to fight. Because don't sit here and tell us and Tavi that, oh, y'all don't gotta prove anything, but at the same time you telling me I need to fight for more screen time, and I'm telling you that I don't got no issues. But then even Fauna said in her confessional, I don't start with y'all start with me. So it's just like, no lie, that whole thing makes sense. So it's just like, Rolly, what was going on? But Rolly said in her confessional that she didn't push anyone to fight. Yeah, she insinuated it, but that was Days Gone decision to get their asses out there and fights, and they did. And it's just like, because honestly, if I were Fauna, it's just like, girl, I'm not fighting y'all over some damn noodles, okay? Like, I get it, any fight that happened between them, like, Fauna's never swung first, she's never started with them, and it has been more so her just kind of being in the back, being, like, demure, the logical one. And it's just like, it's nothing necessarily wrong with that. But on a fighting show, yeah, people are going to want to get you to fight. Because it's just like, the big three don't care about playing the villains. Because like they said in their little chant, they don't want nobody to take their job. So they going to keep starting stuff and being stupid. So it's just like, they don't have an issue with doing that, and that's why they're getting so much camera time. Whereas Fauna, it seems like majority of the time we see her is honestly in her confessional, and it's just like, it's not because she's not liked, it's just because she's not doing enough fighting on the fighting show. So it's just like, yeah, but it's just like, I said all that to say this. Rolly, don't sit here and try to push the girl to fight and then be like, damn, you know, you ain't even have to do that. Next, Natalie and Amber pull up, and they are both just first of all, when they pulled up, the sun was still out. Now it's nighttime, so they done fought for a little while, and it's just like, yeah, where was Natalie? Where was the CEO, EP, boss, or whatever? You just left your girls out here for like hour, 2, 3. But the crazy thing is, it's like, how long were they damn fighting? It's like, damn. But still, Amber and Natalie pull up, and they're like gagged, they're shocked, which is like, I don't know why. I feel like, not Amber, Natalie is just playing shocked, because it's like, girl, you knew these girls were at wherever the hell they were fighting or doing whatever. It's just like I said, she just got Amber Rose there, so she got to be on her best behavior, pretend like she cared, and that this is just something that's like kind of doesn't happen. So she's like, whoa, guys, like, what's going on? Like, what's the drama? It's like, girl, Natalie, they've been fighting about the same thing for the past 50 years. Ain't nothing done damn changed. And then when Cold Killer brought up the thing about the bottle, I heard her say, what bottle? Bitch, you know damn well that Summer threw a bottle at me. Stop playing with my top. If I was Cold Killer, I low-key would have had to check her about that. But Natalie's just like, oh my gosh, we were supposed to go on stage. But it's like, yeah, they, regardless of what they were supposed to do after this, they can't do it. Wigs are off, beer was being thrown on faces, so it's like makeup's not done. So it's like, that's basically where we ended. It's like somebody started fighting at the end, but they didn't really show us. So it's like next week we see that. It seems like Natalie checks the big three. I like that. Then we got the big three versus the pretty three. And I like that Lex is checking Rolly, because it's just like, yeah, you instigated a lot this episode, okay? Don't think you getting away with it. Like, just like how people started checking Natalie, you's not exempt, okay? So I like that. So yeah, y'all let me know how y'all feel about this episode. I feel like the fight with Summer and Cold Killer was low-key a tie. I feel like Fauna got it with Dolly the first round, but Dolly redeemed herself the second round, no lie. I feel like K Rican versus LCK Rican got it. Rolly was definitely instigating. You know, Tommy need to start fighting Lex, because, you know, let Lex just do her ass in every time. Yeah. So y'all let me know how y'all feel about this episode, and then until the meantime, just make sure that y'all like, comment, subscribe, share, all that.